Every now and again, there's some extremely niche drama that I get made aware of, and almost every time without fail, it is extraordinarily entertaining. Yesterday, I was made aware of some drama in a art community, but not like general art, it was poster art. So, a company called Poster Spy was contacted by a film festival to do some art for them. But the rate they were offering for the work was really low, so Poster Spy declined. And this was taken as a declaration of war. This was an event so powerful in the poster art community, it was like the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. The organizer of the film festival went into a complete unhinged frenzy. But before getting into all that, I'd like to give a thanks to today's sponsor, Honkai Star Rail. Big thanks to Honkai Star Rail for sponsoring today's video. Honkai Star Rail is a new strategy RPG which features a deep and fun turn-based combat system, as well as large maps with an emphasis on exploration, as well as a lot of puzzle-solving elements. It's free to play, and it also supports cross-platform play, so that way you can log in on mobile or PC and the data is shared across all the platforms. It's a sci-fi epic set in a universe spanning thousands of years. You get to experience a meticulously crafted sci-fi world through side stories and rich in-game lore, and it's all presented beautifully with stunning effects during battle that keeps the combat very fulfilling and always engaging. From orbital cannons, ice walls, full-fledged armies, just a ton that make it extremely exciting. And of course the character art design is amazing, and there's also highly polished cutscenes as well as beautiful music to accompany everything. It's another new fantastic game from the makers of Genshin Impact, Hoyoverse. So if you're interested in checking it out, you can pre-register for the game using the link in the description below for some special rewards. Huge thanks again to Honkai Star Rail for sponsoring today's video. He started stomping his feet around, soiling his diaper, going on massive tirades about like how disrespectful it was to decline, and then eventually hatched his evil supervillain plan of using AI art instead, but then blaming Poster Spy for suggesting it. So the company that guy ran is called Animalist Fabula, and they're doing a film festival, and for promotional pieces of art, he wanted to commission Poster Spy but wasn't offering enough to make it worth their time, so instead used AI art, but then wanted to make a big stink about it because he let people know that this is all AI generated art, no artists were paid for this work, and said that this was a suggestion from Poster Spy, which is very not great in the art field right now, because obviously artists would like to continue getting commissioned work and not be replaced by AI. And the organizer of the film festival, his name's Tom McPhee, he knew that. So he wanted to ruin the reputation of Poster Spy in the biggest way that he could. So he just started blaming them for suggesting AI art instead of paying artists, even though that was never the case. He just offered a shit deal that Poster Spy declined. I've never seen a professional get this mad about getting told no for commissioned work. Tom McPhee was more upset about this than if he found his own wife cheating on him. He went on crazy long rants that Poster Spy publicly put on Twitter for all of us to enjoy. Now, this is important. The person behind Poster Spy that directly interacted with Tom McPhee, his name is Jack. So every time that Tom McPhee is emailing Poster Spy, he's always talking to Jack and making it clear. So he'll say these big things like, "Change or die, Jack. That's the way the universe works. Change or die, Jack." It honestly sounds like he's pretending to be Senator Armstrong out of Metal Gear Rising. "Nanomachines, son. Come on, Jack." Like, that, he is literally Senator Armstrong, but if he was the lamest fucking goofball of all time. So I want to go over all of this and show you all of the receipts that Poster Spy put on Twitter. Poster Spy was recently accused of suggesting a film festival use AI and not pay artists. This is categorically not true. Earlier this week I was asked by Tom McPhee, the executive director of Animal is Fabula. What? To run a poster competition for his film festival poster. I declined, citing that artists should deserve fair payment. Thanks to Jack at Poster Spy for recommending we use AI to generate our art and save our non-profit money. What a piece of shit. What the fuck? Wait. What? You were a huge help yesterday. Thanks again. We're excited you're going to share this example with the collective. It's a great example of economics for anyone to see in real time. I will credit you for helping our tiny nonprofit with this really great cost-saving process to use AI to generate art to communicate our mission to the world. Even though this guy just turned down their very low commission rate. So they were so upset that he turned them down that they're now throwing all of the blame for them using AI on him to make him look bad. What a piece of shit. What? That is so ridiculously petty. This guy seems fucking unhinged. I came to you to try and spend money, dude, with your peeps. You go off the rails, sick your peeps on our page, and go into a rage fest all because you made AI the most relevant option when you said go somewhere, just not here. And I have issues? I really don't. I'm super happy with how things turned out, Jack. And I just can't thank you enough. Go ahead, rage all you want. I'm smiling and I'm super happy how things turned out. And with every email you send and goon you send to our page, I revel. I revel greatly. You were mean to me, Jack. How old is this guy? 9? You were so mean to me, Jack. That's why I ate all the animal crackers and left you none. And told me to go away with my money elsewhere when I came to you for help. I did go away, and you're still not happy. Is there something fundamentally wrong with you, Jack? The world is changing radically fast, and it appears you just got run over by the way you used to look at things. Change or die, Jack. That's what the universe is all about. Change or die. Bro, this Tom McPhee has watched way too much, like, B-tier anime. What the fuck? Why are you reading it like that? Because of his punctuation. I'm smiling and I'm super happy, period. How things turned out, period. It's the way he wrote it. I really don't, period. Like, that's how he has written it. Like an actual anime monologuer. I can actually imagine him holding a skull in one of his hands while typing with the other as he's giving this speech. This motherfucker thinks he's a villain in an 80s movie for real. I know. He is super mentally unwell, judging by the way he's written this. Because keep in mind, all Jack did was say, no thank you, 250 is a little low. You should find someone else for that price. So instead of doing that, they used AI, and then when people realized it was AI, they just said it was all posters or Poster Spy's idea for using AI, which is a big no-no in the art community. So then they throw all of it on him, and then for some reason still come back with a message. Oh, cute, he wants to get Wired UK to write an article about us. What's this? Who are these weirdos? So, to be clear, I am an evidence gatherer. It serves me in my creative capacity, and I wish to thank you for the great deal of evidence your lot have provided to use as it was used in an attempt to terrorize and harass our non-profit. How long have you been building your Facebook presence? It would be a shame to lose all that hard work, or other people's hard work is what I meant to say. Isn't your Facebook and website mostly other people's work? Did you pay them to use it? Let's revisit this brilliant past week, shall we? I reach out to pay your people some money to make some art. It was a very low price that he declined, which he has every right to decline. That is where it all started. You lowballed him, he said no thanks. And you had this massive fucking blow up. Holy shit, these guys are weird. Your rebuff tells me in so many ways saying no. What? You rebuff tell me in so many ways saying no. He just said no. Like, all he did was say no, it's too low. Inspiring my deep desire to not have to deal with people like you again and go straight away to AI to make our art ourselves for free. I thank you for this direct result of our interaction, and you lose your mind. Where? Where did he lose his mind? Where was that? I must have missed that stage here. Because I certainly haven't seen it. You, sir, are just like your country. You have no sense of holding the Commonwealth together because you're making ridiculous assumptions of how to earn a living. You're selling your minions down the drain with this crap. You foist on them. You foist on them? What is that? Is that a word I don't know, or is he using Rick and Morty gibberish? Foist means to impose an unwelcome or unnecessary person on. I'm not familiar enough with the word to understand if that makes any sense at all in this context, but great word choice. I see he too subscribes to the Webster's Word of the Day. I can only hope you continue to attempt to slam and subvert as we continue to use AI to promote our work and tell the world how we were so inspired by you and your collective to do so. I will literally mention it every time. I am even thinking about reaching out to a friend at Wired UK I've done stories with to share this delicious moment in time. I hope you don't mind if I drop your name in the name of Poster Spy. It's only fitting you get credit where credit is due. How does it feel to be a part of why artists in your realm aren't getting paid? It's a direct result of your super flawed strategy. Bro, Tom McPhee, this man is a menace. This man thinks he's like in Gotham right now. Literally all because he just declined a lowball commission offer. Thank you so much for delivering your masses to zombiedom by attempting to hold back the universe. What the fuck? What in the good heavens, Tom? Jeepers. I fed you perfectly and you didn't disappoint. Now you are the zombie apocalypse. This is the cringiest shit ever. This is worse than that Reddit old copy pasta about, in this moment I am euphoric, not because of some phony false god, because I am enlightened by my own intelligence. That atheism shit. That is Tom. That guy who wrote that Reddit post grew up and became Tom McPhee. Lastly, I'm an OG motherfucker at this shit, and I use little toothpick dicks like you to clean my teeth after a snack. You're using dicks to clean your teeth? Why? Why would you be cleaning your teeth with dick? What the fuck are you talking about? That's like the worst tough guy talk ever. What? Who is this? I can actually feel the steam coming out of his head as he was typing this, trying to cobble together some kind of insults. And he came up with, I'm an OG motherfucker who uses little toothpick dicks to clean my teeth after a snack. So tell me, Mr. Jack, is it me writing that or AI? It's you, Tom, it's you. That would be pretty, like, profound if this had any semblance of potential AI-generated shit. This is not ChatGPT. Not even ChatGPT could be this unhinged and stupid. No shot. This is you, Tom. Let's get some real press on this now, don't you think? This might be a really timely story. For the first time, I agree with Tom. This is a great story. This is, as he called it, a delicious moment in time. What is his organization? Animalis Fabula. It's a film festival? I mean, he does sound like a drama kid. Nothing too crazy here. It looks like the only thing he's ever done is this film festival. Does his LinkedIn say he's an OG? Oh, yeah. It was Animalis Fabula and then prior OG motherfucker, of course. That was his last occupation. I mean, this is him. He does look like an OG motherfucker. I mean, he's eating toothpick dicks for breakfast or whatever, so... Damn. This almost looks like a mugshot more than like a promotional piece. Maybe it's AI generated. I saw a pretty remarkable meltdown today. A gentle sir was let go from his job at the UPS store, and he didn't take it on the chin like a champ. He self-destructed like a Voltorb here. Now, I understand getting fired is brutal, emotions are high, but for the life of me, I can't understand why they would let someone like this go in the first place.
Getting fired from the UPS store by this cuck loser, fucking coward, cuck loser, won't even fire me at the beginning of my shift, waits till the end of my shift. Here he is.
He literally just hit a textbook soy jack. This guy is the epitome of soy jacking. He goes through every single possible soy jack in the span of 51 seconds. It's unbelievable. It's beyond impressive, actually. And the way that he brings like the camera close to his face reminds me of The Dark Knight with the Joker. And the way he keeps calling this guy a cuck coward loser is a beautiful piece of pathetic artistry. He's speaking like it's League of Legends and he's whining about his top lane feeding. Now, I have no doubt that in the moment this probably felt very cathartic for him, just having this full-blown, expulsion of the demons inside. He's really upset and he's just letting it all hang loose. He's going hog wild with everything, and I bet it felt like a great relief. But man, you shouldn't have filmed this. You absolutely should not have been the one behind the camera publishing this, because it gets really bad.
Darren, the cuck fucking loser from 1892, who's a fucking loser, who doesn't know shit about running a business.
The way he introduces Darren here is some Full House shit. Darren comes in, I was half expecting like a clap track to come in there, because he takes off his glasses like he's posing for the camera. He's smoldering right now. Darren, I don't know how he was able to keep a straight face without just laughing, because this shit is unbelievable. So he calls him, the cuck coward loser from 1892. I guess he's insulting him because he's old, which is interesting because I feel like the guy filming is actually older than Darren. The guy filming looks like an anorexic Karl Marx. I just can't imagine he's much younger than Darren here, and yet he's really going in on the, him being ancient thing. I feel like he was just really upset, fuming, the steam out of the ears. He's actually foaming at the mouth. He is rabid. It just seems as though his brain was scrambling in this frenzy to try and cobble together any insult it could muster, even if it didn't make sense. Here's Darren, Dickie Darren, aka Cuck McShartpants, from 1892, back before aviation, the Wright brothers, more like the wrong brothers, because, brother, you're wrong for firing me, Darren, cuck loser.
And he's gonna let an alcoholic fat fuck named Joe fire somebody with 10 years of experience because he complained that Joe won't train my fucking coworkers, and Joe puts nigger on the fucking radio, and Joe drinks next door and won't tell shit to my coworkers.
That was the most unexpected hard R I'd seen in quite some time. The Game of Thrones Season 8 writers couldn't have subverted expectations that effectively. Obviously, I had to censor it to the best of my ability, but wow. So we've gone from Darren now he's brought up this new character in the lore named Joe, who he is clearly not the biggest fan of, saying that he's fat and didn't train his coworkers, so he complained about that, which has led to him getting fired. That's his game theory on all of it. That's his hypothesis. I don't understand at all where the hard R even comes from or what he's referring to here. He's saying Joe puts hard R on the radio? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? It's fucking craziness here. He is so angry. Like, he is angrier than Broly at Kakarot, like, before he becomes the legendary Super Saiyan.
Because he's a cuck fucking loser coward, just like Darren, the cuck fucking loser coward. Coward loser fucking cunt.
That ending is absolute cinema. The way he goes from like this heightened emotional state to the point he's about to pass out. He actually, I'm not kidding, has foam around his mouth. He is spitting so much. And then he goes from that to like this like almost post-nut clarity moment. Like he starts to simmer down. He takes a deep breath. And then he walks away calmly. And he just leaves and then turns the camera off. And then he posted it online. I can't believe he posted this shit online. If any future employers see this, it's going to be pretty rough for him, I would imagine. Because you just had a very public freak out, as well as just dropping the hard R in the middle of it. And the thing is, like, these videos pop up occasionally where someone gets fired and they, have this very cathartic blow up about it and, like, confronting their boss about it before they leave. And in a lot of cases, you're on that person's side because getting fired sucks. And a lot of times it is unjust. And maybe in this case, maybe there wasn't a good reason for him to be fired. I don't really know. And he starts by saying that he waited till the end of the day to fire him, which I'm a little split on because on one hand, you at least get another full day's pay, but on the other hand, you just wasted a fucking full day. But regardless, it was very easy to get people on his side here for this, yelling at the boss about this. And again, maybe there wasn't a good reason for him to be fired, but this confirmed that they made the right call firing him if he is just like this ball of rage ready to bust. I had to talk about this. It was quite the meltdown. And the soy jacking, wow, beautiful. That's about it. See ya. Here, I'll check this out when I fill up my water and take a piss. I love the quote on that. I'll smack you, tit boy. What does that mean? There's a lot of layers in that onion to peel apart. Let's see what this is. I don't know who Wes Watson is, but I'm very curious to see what he does to tit boy.
How did I find success?
How do you define success? What does that mean for you?
Success is, being free, being able to do what I want to do every day when I wake up.
Wrong. Success is how much pussy you get. Duh, idiot. Where's Wes Watson? Set everyone straight here. Is this him?
No vices. That means no drugs, no alcohol, no bullshit. Don't have to hide behind nothing. I mean, what's rich? I mean, you get to do what the fuck you want. I don't.
Is this Wes Watson? Is this the right guy? Let me see. Or is this Tit Boy? Who's who here? Okay, that is Wes Watson. Didn't he just say no drugs? Brother, gear is a drug too, you know that, right? No drugs, except for the ones I do. No vices, except for the ones I do. This guy probably actually did have gynecomastia at some point. So he is literally Tit Boy.
Ash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off
I've been.
and tell me you're fucking proud
Because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking.
Oh, wait, I gotta rewind. I always love that. Pull your shirt off! Show me your body! And let me touch it a little bit. Because you're probably not proud of it.
Are you proud? If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off
I've
and
been.
tell me you're fucking proud
Because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking prison.
Jesus Christ,
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No,
you
they
guys.
go to prison where they get fucking.
Fuck yeah,
where
they
get
do.
raped up the ass.
You've never been to prison. Look,
That's
he's talking
what
about shit you
happens.
don't know.
They go to prison.
This is a
where they
crazy
get raped.
argument.
You get your ass
Hold
beat
on,
in
hold
front
on.
of
You think that
everybody.
that's better? You think that that's
Okay,
better?
let's let him. Yeah. go.
Titties.
Anyway,
Who do you think would
That's
win?
where I
In
was
what?
Boobs.
yeah. Okay.
A fight? This guy would probably win. He's got that roid rage psychopath energy. This guy would get snapped in half, no doubt. But if we're talking about like a lactation contest, this guy he's harping on the titties of would not win. It would be this guy. This guy's got so much gear in his body, his tits probably lactate all the time by pure accident. This guy's probably got a pump in his fridge. So it just depends on what kind of fight they're having. If you want to be a true alpha male, not this embarrassing caricature of one, then you have to get yourself the new GamerSup's Waifu Cup of Me that just dropped. That's right, it's finally here. The Moist Waifu Cup has finally arrived. It's available right now at gamersups.gg. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's guaranteed to be the best possible cup you've ever had in your life. Big thanks to GamerSups for making this chalice here. I am honored to be represented as a big-tittied waifu. It's been long overdue, and I think it came out extraordinary.
But anyway, if you want.
Fuck yeah.
If you want to follow the successful mantra of a man who tells you he's reformed from prison, understand why they might have gone there to begin with. And
To take
yes,
care of a
I do think.
What did he go to prison for? To take care of his family? Isn't that the opposite? You were not there for your family if you were in prison. I went to prison because I was such a good dad. That's why I went. He went undercover. Oh, wow, he spent a decade in prison. Holy shit. I thought it was going to be like a, I don't know, like 6-month stint in prison. No, this guy went to jail for 10 years. What did he do? That must have been heinous. During his 10 years in a and he actually uses this as a selling point for himself. During his 10 years in California prison, West began building an Instagram presence while behind bars. Well, what did he go to jail for? Then he talks about becoming a millionaire within 18 months after being released. Is that it? It was 10 years in prison for robbery, burglary, assault, and battery. Oh, what? Tough guy's got his Instagram account privated? What's going on with that? He's got 1.2 million followers, though. Why is his Instagram private, though? That's not ripped, rare, and rich. I'm sure all the followers are real people, too, and not bots. I have no doubt. No, it's definitely not a purchased account. If anyone's curious, though, for how he became a millionaire within 18 months of being released from prison, he did it because he exploited you. The desperate, gullible men that are purchasing his shit and saying that it's worthwhile. You think this guy somehow found the ways to make money in jail for 10 years for beating people and robbing them? Yeah, I'm sure he's got a fucking fountain of knowledge to bestow upon you. He just found the easiest way of making money in the modern age, which is telling desperate men that they're losers, and the only way they'll stop being a loser is if they give him money. That's it. That's the shocking secret to how he became a millionaire. Charlie, he invented docking and copyrighted it. True, actually, maybe that is what it is. He brought docking into the mainstream.
True wealth is having a wife, and true wealth, that is what I think it is. And that is what I think truly success is being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them. That's
then
what
when
I think
you go to the
success
beach
is.
with your family, they're like, there's my stud dad right there standing there.
Do you have
That's literally his whole life. Holy shit, that is so sad. His whole life is his body. Which is going to give out within the next 15 years from his overusage of gear. That's so sad. That is so fucking sad. This guy is 10x the insecurity of this man. Oof. That is actually all he can say. What an absolute fucking weenie. Yeah.
Stud right there with his shirt off.
Do you have children?
Look at that stud.
Do you have children?
I do have children.
How many?
I have 2.
You have 2. So, are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything
If
else
they
is
saw me
worth more
standing
than your
there, they'd be
children?
like, my dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's, God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining
That
and
is
just
a
make an
product.
argument.
Smack your fat ass.
So you're gonna.
Dude,
All right.
look
Let's
at
just-
your goddamn self.
Okay.
Oh man, this is much worse than I thought it would be for this guy. Yikes. Eek. Eek. I'm sure his children are so proud. My dad's a superstar. Look at him melt down on this fucking podcast about this guy. All because his body isn't as exploited with gear as my dad's. I'm so happy. My pop is the best. Oh, he only spent the first 10 years of my life in jail. What do you mean? He's a great dad.
This is not what men
Let's let
look
him.
like.
Let's let him
What do they
finish
look
his
like?
point.
Fucking shit.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners? Is that what they look like?
This is the problem in society. If people like this think they can talk to someone like me like that.
You started it, goofball. Oh my god, he's getting. This is why he privated his Instagram account now. I see. Oh my, he's getting destroyed.
That's what the show's supposed to be about. I like this shit. So personally,
So do I.
enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks like you enjoy
We
it.
can agree to disagree.
Private account.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
We can
We
have
can move on, but
we can-
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, men don't have tits.
Thanks for your sub,
agree on
Jan.
that. Physically,
Men usually have
he
hair.
has-
We
he
can
has-
agree on that too.
He has
Physically.
crossed over gender barriers.
Right.
That guy actually only has a single thought in his mind at any given time. My body versus that body. My body better. My body use all kind of HGH substances. Thus I win. And he can't process anything else.
Need some other little fucking lame douche over there.
Oh man.
I'll
Come
still
on,
answer
man.
the question. Is giving
Would-
someone an
would- would you-
expensive watch...
Would any of you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is not an
This guy is having. This guy. This guy's fucking awesome. What an effective clown. I've never heard of Wes Watson before. I need to look more into this. Master your mind and body. Meanwhile, this guy just throws a temper tantrum like a child who can only say one thing, like, your body's yucky. I went to jail for 10 years, so what? Would you hang out with these guys? Oh, this is cute. On his website, he had a little bit of hair. Oh, so here we go. He used to be a marijuana dealer. And it looks like he was sentenced to jail for what Chatter mentioned earlier with like the robbery, assault, burglary, whatever, all of that. But he used to be a dealer. So I'm guessing... I still haven't seen exactly what the case was. But I'm guessing it was something about like a deal gone bad, maybe? I don't really know. I thought so. Okay. So the... This is so crazy. I think this is right. So the person he's currently dating is the woman who had that very viral plane meltdown and then got offered a porn deal So his current girlfriend is this lady, I'm pretty sure. At least according to the articles that I was coming up and reading about this lady.
I did nothing wrong. I said shut up. No, you shut the up. You shut the up and your bitch. Goodbye. You shut the... Film me. I'm Instagram famous, you bum. Shut the up.
It's crazy. That's a perfect match. That is a perfect match. Two insufferable people dating each other. You couldn't script that any better. Did she take the porn deal too? That would be the cherry on top of the Wes Watson shit cake. This is so interesting. Hold on, one more thing I want to look up that I saw pop up briefly when looking into Wes Watson. Just, sorry. And then we'll get back to him screaming about whatever the fuck he's melting down about, shaking his fist at the clouds. Your body isn't as ripped as mine, clouds. You have no right here. Okay. So what I saw come up is that he also has a podcast, but that doesn't seem correct. It looks like he was a guest on a podcast, and it was called How to Date a Bad Bitch. And it's him talking about dating that plain lady that was melting down. Alright, sorry, I'll stop looking up shit on the side here for side quests. Let's see what else he has to say.
Jesus Christ.
They're skilled at
you.
some things.
Whoever fucking said that.
Hang on, that bass
Kick
guy
you
right
in your
there just said,
fucking
hell
face,
yes,
little
shut up.
faggot.
That's fucking hilarious. You're awesome.
Different guys on the
this
panel.
is why most people don't invite me places.
Guys. Different guys
Yeah,
on
we
the panel
That's so sad.
Tell.
have different skills.
Yeah, that is so sad. Why would you say that? This is why I don't have any friends. Man, I don't have any friends. Look how quiet he gets after saying that, too.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling. He's
God,
got
that's
a
actually
half
all he's
fucking
got.
Jelly donut
Hey,
or
bro,
one.
your toupee, it's still back there in the back. Go get it.
I shaved my head, you little faggot.
Are you
Shut
sure
the
they...
fuck
Oh,
you shave
boy.
your head, or-
Uh-oh.
back
Guys.
I want to see these guys women. Let's put these trolls back here.
Women are not objects
Hey,
in our
hey,
world because
guys,
we're not
guys,
material.
guys.
Hey, Wes, I don't think you want to play that game, brother. Your woman went viral for being an insufferable asshole that everyone clowned on, and she got offered to do porn. Like, brother, you don't want to play that game. You really don't. This guy super sucks. He talks about how he used to be a huge drug-dealing kingpin who lived in big mansions, but the reality is he sold a little bit of weed and slept on his friend's couch. No, that's the propaganda that they're feeding you. He really was... No, dude, this guy, Wes Watson, he really did live in the biggest mansions, fuck the baddest bitches, sell the dopest weed. You got your facts mixed up.
We're gonna
make
move on.
you cry if you want, little
We're gonna move
faggot.
on.
That's all
We're
you
gonna move
got.
on.
He's still going. He's so hurt.
We're gonna
No,
move
you know,
on.
that's all you got is threats.
We're gonna
fruit
move on,
drink.
guys. We're gonna
I'm
move
a great
on.
speaker.
We're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on.
Listen, Rich, gonna be proud.
No, it looks like they calmed him down is the wrong word. It looks like he ran out of words in his head. So then he blue screened in his brain. What an interesting guy. He's like if you tried to have someone do their best to be Dan Bilzerian, but without the actual money. Just taking like core personality traits and rolling them up into one guy who's battling his inner demons of insecurity. He's trying so fucking hard to put on the persona. He's more like a D-list Liver King. Liver King tries to be like wholesome. Like Liver King, he's just a scammer. This guy is both a scammer and an insufferable asshole who projects his insecurities onto every single living being with a pulse, it seems. And then privates his Instagram account when people tell him that he's a loser. That was interesting. That did lead to a new discovery here of the Wes Watson rabbit hole. I looked more into his arrest. He basically got arrested for beating up and robbing a low-level weed dealer at a random motel. Brother, that's not what happened. I don't know what kind of fucking woke news sources you're reading. Wes Watson, he marched out into Gotham by himself and took on Penguin's entire gang, upturned that bitch, and stole all their product, and eventually Commissioner Gordon had him thrown behind bars. That's what happened. And he did it for his family. That was pretty cool. That was pretty fucking awesome. Another day, another whiny, entitled loser having a meltdown and freak out in a fast food drive-thru. This time, the temper tantrum is caused because he was declined a pup cup.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, please.
I'm doing a video.
I'm gonna need you to leave, sir.
Why was the reasoning why you won't give me a pup cup?
We're not allowed to do pup cups.
Yes, you are. I come here 2-3 times a week, every week, and get a pup cup.
As a dog owner myself, I am very familiar with this item. It's super simple. It's just a cup of whipped cream. It's not winning any Michelin stars, but it's just a nice little treat for your dogs if you're going to a couple of fast food places that offer it. I think the main one is Starbucks. But I didn't even know it was like super common outside of that. So it's not surprising that they're saying, no, you can't get a pup cup here. And also, 2 to 3 of those a week? That's excessive. At that point, just get your own can of whipped cream. Like, what the fuck?
Every time I come here.
They're not supposed to do pup cups. If they're doing it, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Do you not understand? It's just a little cup of whipped cream.
Sir, I need you to leave, please.
Why won't you give me a pup cup?
Because we do not do pup cups at this establishment.
Bullshit. Came here yesterday and got a pup cup.
Somebody hand me the phone, please. Call the police.
She's calling the police because I want a pup cup?
She's calling the police because you're an annoying pest that refuses to leave, even though she's told you multiple times they don't do pup cups. Now, if you've received some of those sacred treasures here, that wonderful cuisine in the past, it means you got lucky, and the workers probably just didn't want to deal with you because you're a headache and decided to just oblige and give you those pup cups, but it's not something this establishment normally does, and she's telling you that. You're also making a problem for the workers that were nice enough to you to give you those pup cups by snitching on them here. Just accept the no, take the L, and move on. Go to a different place that offers it, or better yet, go to Publix or your local grocer, get a can of whipped cream, and then give your dog your own personal pup cup. She has done nothing wrong, she's not being mean, she told you no, which she has every right to do. And for some reason, you're making this a huge song and dance, and for some reason, so many people have these brain worms in society today, like these parasites that infest their mind that think that they're always in the right. So he starts filming this interaction himself. What should be a shameful moment for him that should keep him awake for weeks to come is something that he is proudly posting online himself. It's embarrassing. It's super fucking embarrassing. You're delusional. You're not in the right. No one's on your side. Just leave. They don't do pup cups. And stop saying that word. It grinds my ass. It chafes my fucking butt how many times he says the word pup cup throughout this video. He spams that word more often than a Rocket League player spams what a save. It drove me nuts. It was so fucking grating.
Let's see what the police have to say because a person wants a pup cup? Seriously, you're calling the police because someone wants a pup cup. That's absolutely absurd. It's absolutely ridiculous. Cassopolis, Michigan.
I'm not entirely sure who shouted for being an idiot. My guess is it's one of the customers behind him, since he's clearly congesting the drive-thru here and putting it to an absolute halt, grinding it to a standstill. So I'm guessing they were getting mad and started shouting at him, just throwing tomatoes at this clown here. Just boo, boo, you stink, please stop, you're being an idiot. That's my guess. But it also could have been one of the workers from inside saying that, because he's now making everyone's day much more miserable there. He just doesn't seem to grasp that it has nothing to do with the pup cup, it has to do with his refusal to leave after being told no.
No. That's absolutely ridiculous. All you have to do is put some goddamn whipped cream in a cup, and so that my dog can have a pup cup. And I was paying for it. I asked to pay for it.
So fucking what? They still said no. It doesn't matter how easy it is, they don't do that here. Your dog's not gonna die from lack of pup cup. It's not like that's the only sustenance keeping it alive. It's not just going to fucking explode if it doesn't get like the sugar from the whipped cream. It'll be fine. Go make your own pup cup at home and get the fuck out of the drive-thru and stop making everyone's day more miserable and worse by your presence. You absolute worm.
You McDonald's people need to start, like, come on now. It's a freaking pup cup. Arrogant McDonald's manager right there. Right there. Cassopolis, Michigan. I'm going to corporate with this. McDonald's doesn't support dogs, but you want me to round up to support the freaking kids every time I come here?
What the hell is even that? What are you saying? This man's gone loopy from how upset he is at getting told no. He's just not making any sense. It's just a bunch of mumbo-jumbo gobbledygook here. No, this isn't even a coherent rant anymore that he's yelling about. Just flapping his gums over nothing. What do you mean you're going to send this to corporate? What do you think they're going to do about it? What do you think their response is going to be? Excuse me, McDonald's CEO, Ronald, sir. Look at what just came across my desk. Take a peek here. It seems one of our restaurants in Cassopolis, Michigan did not serve a customer a pup cup despite being asked to. Shut it down. Get the Hamburglar on the line right now. We gotta take that establishment offline ASAP, track down the customer, and give him a lifetime supply of pup cups ASAP to make this right. Like, this isn't even something they offer. What is corporate gonna do, you fucking goofball?
It's a little bit of whipped cream in a cup, and I'm paying for it. It's a pup cup. Quit being so stubborn. Just give me a freaking pup cup. This could all be averted with a little bit of whipped cream in a cup for my dog.
Why don't you stop being so stubborn? This could all be averted if you weren't just such a whiny little baby man. Just take the no and leave. Scram! Get out of town. Oh my goodness.
This is why America's going to people like you. We don't do pup cups. I come here 2-3 times a week and get a pup cup. Tell me I can't get a pup cup.
Ah, yes. This is what's wrong with America. This is the reason why America's going to shit. They'll no longer serve a good red-blooded American patriot like this man a pup cup that he was trying to pay for. What happened to us? We used to be a proper country.
Wait till you lose your job when I send this to corporate. I'm waiting till the police get here. Not much, man. It really didn't need to escalate like this, but
You're right, it definitely did not need to escalate like this. But you're a little bitch who couldn't just take no for an answer. So it did escalate like this. And what do you mean, wait till they lose their job? They've done nothing wrong. They've done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever. No one's losing their job here.
And she's sitting there making a big deal saying, we don't do pup cups, you need to leave. I want you to leave. I'm like, hold on, I'm going to pull up my phone. I'm like, you guys are really refusing to give me a pup cup for 35 cents that, you know, it shouldn't be asking. And she's like, I'm calling the cops if you don't leave. I said, go ahead and call the cops because I want to document this because they're calling the cops on a customer, a paying customer that comes here regularly.
You're not entitled to a goddamn pup cup, and also you're boring the officer to death by taking him on a trip to Yappersville because you won't shut the fuck up about this. You're not in the right here, and the officer is not on your side. And in fact, it ends with him getting trespassed and banned for this. Like, I don't know what outcome you could have possibly expected here.
We're just out here to keep the peace.
That's what I want.
You said you were screaming at him and yelling at him and videotaping and...
I wasn't screaming or yelling. Arrogant McDonald's manager right there. Just give me a freaking pup cup.
He tries to claim he wasn't yelling at them, and then whoever uploaded this video, I found it through Reddit, I don't think this is the original upload, whoever uploaded this easily showcased multiple instances of him yelling. Plus, he filmed all of this himself. He can easily just be disproven with his own video that he has. It's ridiculous to try and claim that he wasn't yelling.
He's good with me. Okay, man, you're banned. Find another place. I don't know if
I won't come back here. I
appreciate that.
I don't want to.
Now he'll go terrorize another McDonald's by demanding a pup cup, and the cycle will continue. Just making a huge commotion because he refuses to take no for an answer and also refuses to just get his own can of whipped cream. You don't need to be getting pup cups 2 to 3 times a week for your dog. That's way too much, I would say. But anyway, just wanted to talk about this a little bit because, once again, another example of someone filming their own most embarrassing moment, and all the time it seems to happen at fast food establishments where people are delusional enough to think they're in the right despite throwing a temper tantrum over nothing. Just this entitlement plague that's sweeping the nation, I guess. That's really about it. So yeah. Speedrunning an intro here, I just learned about some of the most entertaining drama of 2024. I saw it through Evil Pineley's video covering the situation 2 weeks ago, and it is still going currently today. It's about the CEO of a parchment paper business losing his mind and having this whiny temper tantrum meltdown, all because he watched a TikTok video of a girl being cooked a meal by her father.
When I told my dad I was going to be getting him the same pans that Gordon Ramsay has, he was so excited. I'm talking about the hex-clad pans, and today...
It's a super innocent video of this girl's dad making a meal. and the CEO of parchmentpaper.com was angrier about this than he would be if he walked in on his wife having sex with another man. Though it is quite the stretch of imagination to envision this guy, this lunatic, with any kind of companionship in his life. So after watching this, he was infuriated, went on the actual company's business account, and left a mean comment, which started a series of events he couldn't have possibly foreseen.
I posted a video yesterday of my dad cooking for me with these hex-clad pans that we had gotten. There was a comment on there where the person goes, "Must be tough living a life on easy mode." I also didn't think the comment was rude at first, so I responded with, "Lucky to have parents who make it possible." And they responded, "Yeah, we get it. You have no skills and family money."
That's already such a weird comment right there. Must be nice living life on easy mode when it's just a girl getting cooked a meal by a caring father. Like, how bitter and miserable can your life possibly be to just see something like that and be like, I gotta give her a piece of my mind? That's a line that's usually used in reference to camming or OnlyFans or something. Must be nice living life on recruit difficulty because men are giving you a ton of money just to be hot or be naked or something. And this guy's taking that same energy and putting it into this situation where it's just a girl being cooked a meal by her father. Make it make sense. So he's so upset that he's doing this from the actual business account for parchmentpaper.com. So the Parchment Paper Patriot is really having a conniption. And then the poster responds saying, you know, it's supportive family, got lucky. She said she didn't even find it rude at first, which I don't know how you would see that as anything other than rude. But regardless, her response was super sweet, and he gets even more heated about that, fucking steam coming out of his ears, and goes, "Yeah, we get it. You have no skills and family money." What kind of projection is this? Holy insecurity. What do you mean you have no skills? All she did was show a video of her dad cooking her a good meal. It's ridiculous to assume that she has no skills. It's based on nothing. She could have bow hunting skills, nunchuck skills. She could be one of the most skillful human beings on the fucking planet. We have no idea. And then he's going, it's just your family's money. You're suckling off their bosom because your parents have money. What is happening here? Do you have no skills because you probably order Uber Eats all the time? Is your skill just ruining businesses? Like, I mean, that's a pretty cool skill, I guess. But anyway, this is only the beginning of his rampage, and he just fully self-destructs over the course of the next few hours. It's like Chaozu from Dragon Ball Z, when Chaozu latches onto Nappa and blows himself up, but the sacrifice was in vain because Nappa barely felt anything, really. That's what happens here. Parchment Paper Patriot blows up, and the girl, totally fine, and makes an absolute clown out of this guy, dunks on him. She obliterates this man.
And at that point, I'm just like, okay, what the hell? Like, maybe this account is hacked, because from a business account, that seems kind of weird. So I send them an email and I'm like, hey, like, I think somebody's on your business account, like, leaving cyberbullying comments. Didn't say anything else. That was it. And then I get an email from the CEO of...
I think anybody in their right mind would assume that that business account is hacked, because what little toddler would be shitting their pants, soiling their diaper over something as simple as watching a TikTok video of a girl being cooked a meal by her father? So I think that's very sound logic. Oh, this account must be hacked. I'll let the business know. So she reaches out, and the CEO himself, Brandon Howard, steps forward, saying, I don't consider stating factual information is cyberbullying, but if you're offended over a comment about having no skill set while getting to frolic through life with family money as bullying, I'd call the cyberbully police. Delete the comment and move along. Cheers. Brandon, I think the department we need on this case is the cringe police, because Jiminy Christmas, holy cannoli. Oh, he tried a facts don't care about your feelings moment there. What facts are we talking about? Her having no skill set? You have no idea who she is. You know nothing about her. All you watched was her get cooked a meal. I'm sure your parents cooked you meals at some point, right? Maybe they don't anymore because you're probably insufferable to be around, so they probably cut you off. I imagine that's the case, which is why you're so upset over this moment. I don't see at all how this would be indicative of her just frolicking through life, coasting off of her family's money. That's a unreal leap in logic based on nothing at all. And honestly, she was like a good Samaritan here, like looking out for your business, thinking that you might have been hacked because of how awful this behavior is and how terrible the look it is for your business. And then you double down and make things significantly worse by being this big loser. Also, I love the chutzpah here from Big Baby Brandon to claim that she was offended over his comment, when this sensitive worm was offended first over her being made a meal. This guy needs to call the wambulance because he can't stop crying about this video of a father making a meal for his daughter.
Considering my parents literally grew up in mud huts, worked their ass off to get out of India, get us here, and get me to the position that I am and able to have a full-time job and a side career. Then he goes back to the page and goes, cyberbullying is even more funny, and the fact that you emailed us to tell us is actually hilarious. Enjoy frolicking through life and leave the rest up to us adults who create actual economic value without a trust.
Yeah, leave the heavy lifting up to the real adults, like Brandon Howard, CEO of parchmentpaper.com. It's comical that the parchment paper guy is trying to act hard here. Like, I don't know what he expected to happen. He just looks so stupid, claiming that she's like a trust fund kid based on nothing. Literally nothing. All just gobbledygook here. All you saw was a video of her getting made a meal by her father. How could you possibly connect all of these weird dots? To me, it seems like the person who's really frolicking through life on easy mode is you, who has unlimited time in the day to respond to random people on TikTok and leave comments that just let everyone know that you're an outrageous asshole. Like, you must not be doing that well business-wise, if that's what it's boiled down to here.
They did send me a legal notice. It came from info@parchmentpapers.com, and it says that they are really worried about the safety of their team, and if I don't remove the defamatory posts on TikTok, they will be taking legal action, which I don't believe it's defamatory
because it's not defamatory at all. All she did was share his comments, which are public, in that email, his statements, all from his mouth. This stupid douchebag is just doing one of those desperate Hail Mary maneuvers when they have nothing else left and trying their absolute best to save a sinking ship from the holes that they themselves have poked in it. And it doesn't work, and it actually leads to him looking like even more of a clown, because she points out some pretty interesting things about this cease and desist.
So yeah, like, I don't believe it's defamatory. I also don't believe you have a legal department because you signed it incorrectly. It says legal department at parchmentpapers.com. You forgot the dot. Did you forget to delete the part where it says like your contact information because you're using a template? And also, what's with the cease and desist? I thought it was CEASE. Who's doing your spell check?
Good heavens, Brandon Howard did some ayahuasca and tried to send a cease and desist and lost himself somewhere in the sauce. So apparently it was signed incorrectly from legal department at parchmentpapers.com. And then here's some more information on it, I suppose, where he left in your contact information in brackets. So, as she points out, that means he's most likely using a template here. That is actually that shit on a teleprompter where it's like, wait for applause, and you say it out loud, and you're like, ugh, I made a big boo-boo, because I wasn't supposed to read that. He fucking left that in. This absolute buffoon. And the goober doesn't even know what a cease and desist is. He did seize and desist. Holy shit. I think he's the only one that works at this company. Nobody else saw this before the email got sent out. His supposed legal department okayed this. If he does have a legal department, they need to be fired right now. They need to get fired yesterday, because that is a disgrace. That is not a legal document whatsoever. Fucking your contact information in brackets, cease and desist. You couldn't have made that any worse. This legal document he tried to send over is now more worthless than the parchment paper that he's built his life upon.
Another day, another email. This time you decided to fix the typos. Congratulations. And you also told me you're fixing the typos. Very interesting thing for your legal department to say.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. She is cooking him harder than the meal that her father cooked her in the first place that started all of this. I love how he proudly calls attention to fixing the typos. Like a student in class, like, excuse me, teacher, I fixed the spelling mistakes in the cursive. Fix the typos just in case you couldn't figure out we're very serious about this issue, as your direct actions to intentionally harm to us. Oh my god, the grammar is diabolical as well. And our company is not being taken lightly. We expect action to be taken within 48 hours. See attached. It's probably a picture of Brandon Howard's butthole here going spread goatsy on her. So, this is clearly, again, written by someone that is lacking a 4th grade education. Brandon, I think your first hire at parchmentpaper.com should be an English tutor for yourself here. This is bad. How you even attempt to run a business is beyond me. I guess they just let anyone into the parchment paper industry these days. But, yeah, So Brandon again tries to strike back here, and again looks super dumb for it. But congrats on fixing the typos, idiot.
But your cease and desist at the bottom, I saw that it said rocketlawyer.com. So of course I had to call them and ask them, is this a real legal document? And they said no immediately, and they said this looks like a phishing scam and you should probably not respond.
Oh god, even rocketlawyer.com's shooting spitballs at Brandon now. Just saying that, no, it's definitely not real, it's probably a phishing scam, don't respond to it. Oh, what do you use the parchment paper for, Brandon? Honestly, it's almost poetic that the guy who owns a paper business can't read or write very well. I think that's poetic almost.
Anyways, then you decided you're going to start using my work email, which is public, to sign me up for corn sites, for Scientology, but you forgot that those companies will actually send you the IP where the accounts were made from. And it's funny because it's pinging in California, and I'm not in California, so... But I do remember that on Trustpilot, when you had your address up, it was coming up in California. Suspicious, huh?
Brandon's out here collecting L's like they're the Infinity Stones. He is greedy for that shit. He can't stop losing. And I can't stop thinking about how he signed off that legal document about, like, having 48 hours to comply or whatever. Trying to give it, like, a deadline. Like, this is the ultimatum. You've got to do it within 40 hours or else it's gonna get serious if you couldn't tell. That's just so lame. Like, I feel like he must have just watched Mission Impossible at some point. This message will self-destruct upon finishing. That kind of thing, and he tried to channel that into this document here to give like a sense of urgency, but it falls so flat.
But you want attention so freaking bad because you will not stop talking about this. You are basically the only one who is still talking about this at this point. Since my initial email to you where I thought your company was hacked, I have not tried to contact you. At first, you were laughing and sipping Mai Tais on the beach, and then you were having crybaby sales because this was drawing you so much attention.
So this video is only 3 days old, which is weeks after Brandon's biblical meltdown, and he's still going on about it. So this is a screenshot from his crybaby special, which, oh my god, the irony almost makes me sick. This fucking guy lacks self-awareness to an almost delusional degree. He is the only one that has been crying. He started with the waterworks and the French cries because he watched the girl get cooked a meal by her father. He is the crybaby. And yet he's still trying to push it on everyone else like they're the problem. Our thousands of real customers will appreciate this. On sale, custom dimensions on demand. Boy, howdy, Brandon. Custom dimension parchment paper? I'm out the door. I gotta get on that right now. All these real customers are probably just so excited by this. Nothing makes me believe in a company quite like them referring to their customers as the real customers. I'm sure there's probably dozens of them. Dozens.
Your fake legal letters were not working. You thought it would be a smart idea to reach out to my boss at the agency that I work for and ask him to remediate the situation for you. You thought you could tell my boss to tell me to delete my videos. Just because you involved your business by commenting from your business profile does not mean that you get to include my place of work.
Pathetic, slimy tactics from an absolute greaseball here. So he apparently contacts her boss to try and whine to him to fix it, which obviously didn't do anything. Brandon, this is so sad. This is so embarrassing.
When all of this failed, you thought it would be a great idea to send me one more email stating that you will deal with it as you see fit, whatever the hell that means. And then you decided to add this banner to your website. I'm sure you think that
this is when it gets so spicy. We do not support woke feminist cancel culture hate mob groups who do nothing positive in our community. On his official parchmentpaper.com website, this guy has lost his marbles. He's off his gourd right now. He's going sicko mode. Brother, what are you even talking about? All she did was showcase your comments and made fun of you. What is the woke feminist cancel culture movement here? You made yourself look stupid and people clowned on you for it, rightfully so. You are the problem. And also, didn't you just try one of those cancel culture maneuvers by contacting her boss and her place of work to get her in trouble because of you and your beef with her? How can you lack self-awareness to this degree? It's almost criminal, I would say. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. So, he's got this now proudly posted on his website at that point, and I also love how he says that she does nothing positive for the community. When you came out of nowhere, the negative Nancy, just saying that she lives life on easy mode and has no skills and relies on her family's money, all just because she had a video of her father cooking for her. What are you talking about? What positive shit do you bring to the world, Brandon? Now, I will say, that section right there is just so outlandish with the woke feminist cancel culture mob being on the paper's website. It's so over the top that I half believe that might actually be faked by somebody, and I also struggle to believe that Brandon would be competent enough to even put that on his website in the first place. I just don't think he has the capability to do that, and I really don't think he has a team around him. I think it's just him. So I think that one might not be real, but to argue against that point, his statements on the official Black Label Paper Instagrams echo that same sentiment about like the woke cancel culture mob and all of that shit. So there is a chance that it's real. There is a very good chance that it's real, but I do want to put it out there that I haven't been able to 100% confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is, because as of right now, it's not on the website. But he could have just deleted it after backlash.
But you continue to talk about it, you continue to make stories about it, and you continually want the attention. As if all of this was not enough, you decided that you were going to start making all of your stories on your Black Label Paper account involving your other company now for no apparent reason. Take down another company, why don't you?
So this is his other business that he's now calling in off the bench for this drama. I cannot imagine why he thought that'd be a good idea, but it's Black Label Paper. So all of his businesses are parchment and paper related, and I would wager a guess that the quality of his product is most likely atrocious, probably not even like worthy to be toilet paper if I had to guess. So he goes, all you fucking losers need to stop messaging us about a fake TikTok account made by then her and her dumb-ass minions because her fragile little ego couldn't handle a couple smart-ass comments on IG about skill set and money. I've never had the commie bullshit app TikTok in my entire life. A bold-faced lie. Also, why would you be posting this on your business account again? Like, your real customers that didn't know about any of this are now being made aware of it, and you look so weak and pathetic in all of it. And tell that little... Oh my god. Oh, what? Oh, I can't even read these. Holy shit. Fucking losers, I swear, it's been 2 weeks almost and still have to deal with this childish bullshit. You are the only one keeping it up, by the way. You are the only one that still is doing this and engaging with it. No one else is talking about it. This drama it's dried up. It's gone stale. But he keeps putting it on people's radar. He keeps serving this up on a plate to us. He's cooking it for us. And we're eating it. He's doing it. He's the chef. She is too immature to settle this privately, and I'm not going to let some woke hate mob ruin my reputation because they live in some mystical fairyland of make-believe and think because they have 20k followers they're doing something in life. Clown emojis. I also can't help but laugh at how much he keeps trying to throw out woke, cancel culture, all of that kind of shit. Just a bunch of buzzwords that don't even apply here, because all that happened was she showed these comments from a laughably embarrassing CEO that he publicly made and then shared his email where he doubled down on it. That's it. It's all his fault. There's nothing else beyond that. And he just can't accept it. He can't come to terms with reality because he lives in the mystical fairyland. Like, he's in the fucking Narnia. Nobody else. It's just him. Here's another one of his posts, this time on a really cute background. He talks about Business Insider and some articles reaching out for a comment. Some fragile ego wannabe influencer IG about their lack of skill set and frolicking through life, where she got so offended and cited the woke hate mob smear campaign against me to get me canceled. Fake accounts were made by her delusional woke followers. He just keeps sprinkling that in there as much as possible, just trying desperately. I cleared up the reality of the situation with all three media outlets. It didn't fit their narrative either, which was to further extend the adult children drama. God. So after 9 years in business, 3 business publications don't care about the good I've done and the help I give to people on a daily fucking basis. Yeah, I'm sure your parchment is invaluable. I'm sure you're doing a great service. You really seem like a stand-up gentleman. Their entire goal is just to hate people who try and do good. You really seem like you're striving to do good, Brandon. You really fucking do, brother. Yeah. What a saint. Oh, they demand respect, yet do absolutely nothing to earn it, and hate every person who doesn't bend over for their spineless agenda. If you're going to try and shit on me, my brand, business, and companies, you losers need a job, hobby, life outside of TikTok. Fucking losers in their 20s with an 11-year-old intelligence, but yeah, I'm the asshole. Yeah, you are the asshole, Brandon. Also, you're the one with the 11-year-old intelligence. You can't even read and write properly. You tried to make a legal department, like to cosplay as a legal department, and couldn't even get the emails correctly. Typos out the wazoo, and even in the ones where you fix the typos and even proudly proclaim that you fix the typos, you still make a typo. You suck. Like, you are the one with the child brain.
Sure what your end game here is, and I'm not even sure that you know what your end game here is, but In your own words, I don't have time to bicker back and forth about some nonsense comments, nor is it my problem that you're offended over them.
Yeah, that about sums that up. I think she did a great job of just closing the book on it with that final statement there. Fucking fire. I think this whole drama has been so wacky, like entertainingly silly, all over nothing. It started over nothing. Just a really insecure, sensitive guy who lost his mind and couldn't help but do as much damage to him and his business's reputation. And very impressive stuff. I had to talk about this when I learned about it. Huge thanks to Pinely for showing me this, because this is gold. This is some of that, like, top tier drama. You know what I mean? So I had to talk about it. That's about it. See ya. Last night, history was made at the Oscars when Parasite, a Korean film, absolutely cleaned ass, taking home a plethora of awards, including the prestigious Best Picture award, which has never been done before by a foreign language film. And I think it deserved each and every one of those awards. It absolutely dusted titties at the Oscars last night, and for good reason. The movie is a masterpiece, and I can't recommend it enough. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn or eat my own cum, but I saw it coming. Back in 2019, you'll remember we did the Moisties, the top 5 best movies of 2019. We put Parasite as the number 1. The Academy must be big fans of the Moist Meter because they absolutely agreed with our expert opinion. The Academy straight bent over and goatsied themselves just letting Bong Joon-ho run a train on their awards show, which he absolutely deserves. Bong Joon-ho is a creative genius who makes nothing but hits, and I'm super pleased to see him clean up these awards. But this was not without controversy because they're not speaking English in Parasite, baby! Oh, are you kidding me? You're winning an American award, but you don't speak English? It's an outrage. You know Twitter went up in flames. But not just Twitter, there were some brave YouTubers that weren't afraid to embarrass themselves and ruin their reputation. So I'll start there, because Twitter gets mad over everything. If someone came out tomorrow and solved every disease ever, people would still be trying to cancel them and fucking whining about it on Twitter. So we'll start with this brave man.
It already was nominated and won for Best Foreign Film. So if Best Foreign Film is the equivalent to Best Picture for the foreign films, why is it then allowed to be nominated for Best Picture? Can someone explain that to me?
Yeah, actually, I think I can step in here and take that question on. Also, just want to say, love the way you pronounce the word equivalent. You say equivalent. It makes it sound like you're doing a really adorable senpai, woo kind of thing. Really cute stuff, man. But yeah, the reason why it can win International Film and Best Picture is because it was so fucking good that it got nominated for Best Picture. And it happened to be an international film, which means it also got nominated there.
It isn't like, the Oscars has, Best Picture and Best United States Film, right? It's like we don't have 2 chances to win a movie, right? Like Joker, 1917, Ford vs. Ferrari, Marriage Story, they didn't have 2 chances to win an Oscar. It was Best Picture and Best Picture only.
So his main gripe with the Best Picture, as he calls it, sounding like he's straight out of the Rugrats cartoon, is that Parasite had multiple chances, as he calls it, by winning International Best Film and Best Film. He believes that if a film wins International Best Film, it should not be eligible to compete for Best Film because it's only an international film and shouldn't be allowed to be the best overall film for some reason. And he keeps mentioning American films like Joker and 1917, but he fails to realize that 1917 is not an American film to begin with, so he's already way off his mark.
I don't get it. There's a reason why they made the Best Animated category. Because Beauty and the Beast was nominated for Best Picture, and then the Oscars decided we're going to make its own little category, which I'm okay with, to be honest with you.
Well, I do appreciate the honesty, but he's also, again, wrong here. Animated films can be nominated for Best Animated Film and Best Picture. He says that that's never happened and it's impossible, but it does happen. For example, Up. Up was nominated for Best Animated Film and Best Picture. That shit happens. I'm not one to suck the ass of the Academy Awards or any award show in general, especially the Academy, though I disagree with the vast majority of their decisions over the last few years, but in this one in particular, I really think they got it right, and I don't think award shows are all that important to begin with, by the way. I think they're just kind of a fun event to get together with friends and cheer on your favorite movie or actor. But people were really upset about Parasite in particular winning this one, and the vast majority of the people complaining haven't even seen the movie. He also admits to not even seeing Parasite or knowing anybody that's seen Parasite, so I don't understand why he's being so harsh on it and misrepresenting the film to his audience. He just keeps talking about Joker and how great Joker was. You know, it changed his whole world, it opened his third eye, his dick is now bigger, it should have won every award that humanity's ever conceived, including a Nobel Prize, but he would have been fine with any American movie winning, just not Parasite. It's just ridiculous stuff. Last night, Jackson, Matt, Danny, and I, we streamed the Oscars as a little watch-along thing on twitch.tv/MoistCritical, and everyone in the chat erupted when Parasite won. Everyone who saw it probably agrees that it was the best movie of last year, against stiff competition with Joker, 1917, Marriage Story, but Parasite was just an incredible movie that did some very special things. This guy hasn't seen it, and he doesn't know anything about the movie, as he says multiple times. I don't know if it's because he can't read subtitles, which I find hard to believe, because it looks like he watches thousands of anime and reads hentai, or he just outright doesn't want to watch foreign films. I don't know the reason, but Parasite is a movie I think everyone should see, and especially if you're going to make a rant about it, you should at least know what the fuck you're talking about.
But out of everybody in the United States or the motherfucking America, how many people actually fucking seen Parasite? Okay? I don't know what Parasite is. I don't give a shit about Parasite. It's fine. It won Best Foreign Film. You know why? Because it's a goddamn foreign film. Joker, and look, I don't care if Joker didn't win. I wanted to win, but it could have been Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Marriage Story, 1917, Ford v. Ford. I'm sorry, if you won Best Foreign Film, you should automatically be invalid to even be qualified to win Best Picture. You should. And it pisses me off because Joker, let's talk about Joker.
It's guys like this that make Joker such an embarrassing thing to talk about. He's like a Rick and Morty Season 3 Szechuan Sauce Meltdown fan. And I don't just mean in regards to the new Joker movie, but Joker as a character I think is just absolutely fantastic, and the new movie is spectacular. But it's so hard to fucking say that without cringing because of guys like this who just go ballistic on these drunken rants about why Joker was the superior movie and the superior message and this and that.
Okay, look at United States of America right now. What is more important to our culture than the Joker? About a movie that talks about mental illness not being taken seriously, about how people in high places look down and frown upon the poor, the poverty, and people with mental illness, and how we need to take this more serious. But no, forget all these fucking social problems that Joker touched upon. Let's have a better woke agenda, and let's go full fucking woke, and let's give Parasite the first fucking...
Woke means absolutely nothing. It is a truly meaningless word these days. It's like saying challenge or prank on the internet. Truly fucking devoid of all semblance of meaning. But this looks like the kind of guy that would be screeching about everything being woke. Ah, god damn you, woke demons. You've ruined my Captain Crunch cereal. Ah, I can taste the SJW propaganda with every bite. It's just so silly. Yeah, obviously there's some shit that is pushing, political agendas or any kind of agendas whatsoever where the decision is very clearly made just for the sake of that, but this is not one of those circumstances. By every definition, Parasite is an exceptional film where the majority of people who saw it agree that it was probably the best picture. It wasn't like a shock that it could win. It wasn't like super surprising that came out of left field. There's nothing woke about it, yet people keep talking about how woke it was to have it win, and I don't get it.
They said Parasite, the first foreign language movie to ever win Best Picture. Well, pat yourself on the fucking back, Academy. Go pat your woke ass fucking selves on the fucking back. But a film shouldn't be nominated for Best Foreign Film and then also have the opportunity to win Best Picture. Because none of the other Best Picture nominations had a chance to be nominated for anything else. Yes, the technical awards and all that shit.
Yes, that is a good point. Those technical words and all that shit. Now you're starting to really make some coherent points. Now we're starting to get somewhere. I'm starting to see your perspective.
But if Best Foreign Film is the equivalent of Foreign Best Picture, then why is the films in our country, the country which we all fucking watch in the Academy, okay? We watch those fucking films. Why is Parasite then nominated to that? Again, how many fucking people in this country seen Parasite? I guarantee it's probably 2% of the fucking population.
You know, Parasite did play in America, so the Academy, having seen all of American movies, also saw Parasite, as well as a pretty large portion of American population, actually. It did over 160 million, so it actually kind of fucking crushed it at the box office. Especially off of only an $11 million budget. That shit absolutely did great.
Okay, do we go to other countries and their best pictures is fucking 1917 nominated? That's a legit question. Can someone tell me if that's true or not?
Yeah, again, I think I can take that question on. It is true. Yeah, American films do get nominated for foreign awards. Very common, in fact.
It's the Oscars and their fucking woke-ass fucking agenda, and I'm fucking tired of it. I am tired of these fucking agendas. Why can't the best movie win the best picture?
It did. This year it absolutely did, which is great. I don't know exactly what point he was trying to make here. I don't think he knows what point he was trying to make here, but a couple other YouTubers shared a similar sentiment, but they weren't nearly as heated or misguided as this guy. We'll turn our attention to Twitter now. Twitter was a little more upset that it was Korean that was winning American awards. They were more upset about the language than the actual amount of awards they won. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show you every single Meltdown tweet about it, but there were quite a few, this being kind of the poster child for this stupid fucking take on the situation. A man named Bong Joon-ho wins hashtag Oscar for Best Original Screenplay over Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 1917. Acceptance speech, great honor, thank you. Then he proceeds to give the rest of his speech in Korean. These people are the destruction of America. Initially, it sounded like he just hates Korean people as a whole, and it would have been extremely brave for him to just say that outright on his checkmarked Twitter account, so he went into damage control mode to clarify what he meant by these people. These people are obviously not Koreans, but those in Hollywood awarding a foreign film that stokes flames of class warfare over two films I thought were more deserving, simply to show how woke they are. That should be clear from the rest of what I tweeted about tonight's production. Woke has truly lost all fucking meaning, and also, if that's what you meant, why did you even point out that he was speaking Korean in the first place? If the issue you had was the class warfare and thinking the other two films deserved it more, why did you even point out the fact that he gave his acceptance speech in Korean? Your initial tweet is literally, Korean director wins award, he gives speech in Korean. These people are destroying America. At no point do you ever even say anything about class warfare, the other two films just being better. It makes no fucking sense. Your damage control is way off the mark. If you want my expert opinion, I think this guy just hates any language that's not English, because the tweet right before this one is complaining about Frozen being sung in other languages, calling it globalist trash. Imagine if this guy heard the SpongeBob Krusty Krab pizza song in other languages. He'd lose his fucking mind. He'd probably go set a church on fire. He'd go nuts. I can't even imagine how he responded when Parasite won Best Picture, because he was melting down about it winning Best Original Screenplay. When it won Best Picture, my god, you know there was chairs and tables being flipped in his household. It reads like an Alex Jones parody tweet, to be honest, but it's not, and that's sad. Parasite is a great movie, it deserved to win, and the meltdown that a lot of people are having over its win is just ridiculously silly. That's about it. See ya. Wait, Will Smith punched Chris Rock in the face. Wait, am I being lied to? Is this just like one of those things like Joe Rogan just died? Will Smith confronts Chris Rock on Oscar stage after comedian makes jokes about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh my, wait just a patty flippin' moment here, Krusty Krab fans. This is actually Oh! Bro, I was expecting like a little love tap. This man just full hogged him. Bro, that was like a cold clock. That looked like some shit out of Slap Fight Championship. Hold on, let me bring this on screen. What the fuck? That looked huge.
Wow.
I don't know, that doesn't...
Smack the shit out of me.
That doesn't look planned. That does not look planned.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。
I'm going to.
Holy shit.
Okay. That was
Is CTE setting in? God damn. Just fucking concussed them. That was huge.
So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out.
Wow. Wow. Was that a bit? That doesn't look like a bit. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of slaps. That doesn't look fake. Bro, I'm like the resident slap expert. Chris Rock eats it. There is no sign of flinching, and Will Smith doesn't advertise this slap at all. That really looks real. Yeah, that 100% connects. So if it was planned, Chris Rock has got an iron chin for going through with this. Because that's fucking huge. That was a real slap. Horrible stepping from Will Smith. True, this would be a penalty in the slap fight championship ring. He did step. In slap fight championship, you're supposed to say planted. But I think he was just throwing the rules to the wind there. Oh my god. That would also probably be a clubbing penalty too. That was more like an open palm monk strike. And Chris Rock took it like a champ. What really makes me feel like it's real, because maybe they're just really good actors, right? But what makes me think it's real is Will Smith's reaction. Will Smith is a good actor, but he's not this good.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。
That's real fucking anger. That is real. You can like hear and see how angry he is. Yeah, his eyes are going glossy, like he's seeing red. What was the joke that he told? That had to be something intense. His wife has a condition where she loses her hair, and did he make a joke about it? But making fun of bald men is fine? wait, what is this whataboutism? I didn't say anything like that. I just said it's still fucked up. What are you talking about? Jesus, man. God, that is like an actual Twitter moment right there. What is the popular screenshot? Twitter will take anything and change it around. Like, I could say I love pancakes and someone will reply, so you hate waffles? Something like that. I'm sure I butchered it, but goddamn, that was like a real Twitter moment. Damn, I can't believe this shit just happened. Man, the one time I don't watch the Oscars and it's actually entertaining. Just absolutely full on. I've seen thousands of slaps by now. Polish slaps, American slaps. I even saw the Tattoo Enthusiast slap tournament, like in the very beginning. I've seen them all. That is not scripted. And if it is, Chris Rock is... That man's a superhuman, and he should be immediately admitted to, like, the Slap Fight Championship League. Replay it again? Yeah, here you go. One more on the Jumbotron. Now, if it was scripted, I really feel like there would have been a tell. Because Chris Rock doesn't flinch or anything. He is just ready. He is even extending. And Will Smith doesn't advertise this slap at all. That shit came out of nowhere. That was a surprise Amazon delivery. That was 5 fingers to the face express. Will Smith wasn't even supposed to go up, he just did. Oh shit, so he wasn't even supposed to be on stage. Oh, I thought he was like going up to get like an award or an announcement or something and just surprised him with it. This man came the whole way like he was charging the pitcher's mound in slow motion. Imagine he wins the best actor now. Oh my god, yeah. I wish he was nominated for the category Chris Rock was presenting for Best Documentary. Then he goes up again and gets him with the left hand. He literally laughed at the joke. Again, I don't know the whole clip, but this would be my guess. We've all been there, where someone says a joke that fucking hurts. Your immediate response is to go along with it so you don't look like a bitch. So you don't look weak or you don't look bothered, because you never want to feel like that or look like that. So you just nervous laugh along with it. But then that shit must have festered for a minute and he's like, you know what? Fuck it. So then he went up and blasted him. Chris Rock tried to play it off. I mean, what's he supposed to do? Just cry? Bro, that shit hurt. And he was just being as professional as he could about it. He was a little rattled, though. He started fumbling his words a bit. A little stunned. Isn't that assault? It is, but only if the person assaulted presses charges. It's not like the police are going to storm the building and take Will Smith away in handcuffs unless Chris Rock himself presses those charges. How many of you have never been in a fight? I mean, I haven't been, like, the main participant in a fight, but I've helped break them up before. It's not like once a punch is thrown, all of a sudden you hear sirens in the distance. Like, that is something that you have to pursue. Oh my god, that picture... Hungrybox just posted this. Damn! Look at this shot here. I'll go full cam. I'm not going to pull it up on here again because of the Council of Cock. It's like a boogeyman of Twitter. Look at that fucking slap, though. Man, I told you that shit was not fake. Look at that technique. Will's even got like his other hand up ready to like block a counterattack. And you can see the mark on his face where his fingers connected. Damn, that is textbook. Bro, did Vasily Kamatsky train Will? Like, good lord. In the full clip, Will had to walk so far. That stage is huge. He came in there like he was like a WWE wrestler entering the Royal Rumble. I was expecting like pyrotechnics like halfway through this walk. God damn. That's a huge stage. How sensitive can you be? My man got pissed. Like, he just got real mad. Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of a weird joke to make right to someone's face about an autoimmune disorder that causes them to lose hair. I mean, that's kind of bold. I don't even know if they're friends. Bro, I bet the Oscars right now is looking like a One Direction concert back in the day. Everyone's got their phones out recording, trying to get every angle of what happened next. Let me see. What I mean is it's going to divide them on whether or not Will was in the right or wrong. It's not like it's... Chris Rock made a joke. So it's going to be one of the things of, it's just a joke, maybe tasteless, but does it deserve the slapping? So I'm curious where most people are going to fall, where that pendulum's going to go. I imagine people are going to be like, you have to defend your wife, and by defending your wife, you're defending yourself. It was an insult on both him and his wife's honor, and Will did the right thing, an old-fashioned slapping. And then other people saying, Will's a pussy and he's insecure and this was too far. I think those are going to be the two sides. Chris Rock is probably like, damn. I wish Chris Rock had fought back. I would have loved to see like an actual scuffle, like, he just takes the slap and he's like, alright, bet. And then they just go at it. God, it would have been fucking cool. Like some actual schoolyard shit. I know everyone likes to call into question the authenticity of everything. This is one of those things that I do not think was fake under any circumstances. I've watched so many slaps. I am literally on the forefront of slapping tournaments, man. I've seen millions of fucking slaps. That was a true textbook slap. And if that was planned, then Chris Rock is an absolute menace. Man is a fiend. If he wanted to get physical, why on national television? Bro, if I was to ever throw a punch at someone, I would want that shit televised. Like, if I was ever to go just hog wild, I would want it on the biggest stage possible. For sure. Yeah, that part, I wouldn't, yeah. So I'd want my slap to be televised, but I'd really like if they turned the cameras off when I was crying. True, good point. Yeah, it's kind of unlucky that someone filmed him crying too. So maybe we just cut it off right before the tears. Well, Will Smith literally got his start as a comedian and a rapper. He made fun of people's appearances and never had limits. Yeah. He just really didn't like that one. He thought that one was a super stinker. And to be fair, Will Smith has been having a real weird go of things recently with his wife talking about like how she cheated on him to his face on her show. Like, I will say, Chris Rock comes out of this looking like an actual Terminator, though. The way he ate that slap makes me think that his chin could stop a bullet. Good thing he didn't joke about Jada fucking other guys. I thought that's what it was. So when I first heard the reason he did this is because of a joke Chris Rock told about his wife, I thought for sure it was about being like a cuck or something. Or about like the infamous podcast clip where Will is very upset and his wife just keeps going about how she cheated on him and like she needed to cheat on him. I thought for sure that's what it was. If he had done that, Will would have really beat his ass. I don't think so, man. I think, because Will's really, like, come to terms with that, it seems. Like, he was sitting right there as his wife was going over these things, and then they even did, like, a high five at the end and said, bad marriage for life. So I really feel like if Chris Rock was joking about that, it wouldn't have gone anywhere. Will Smith actually won? Will Smith won? Please tell me Chris Rock is presenting the award in, like, a cast. So he just won Best Actor? Oh my god, I hope he gives a speech. Maybe he calls Chris Rock out to a boxing match? Will Smith with a steel chair. Yeah, it gets real WWE and he brings up the chair and a kendo stick and just starts beating his ass. So what's he saying? You usually give like some words when you win. What's he saying? Come on, guy. Fucking keep me up to date. I don't have it pulled up on like a TV or anything. Come on. Where's my fucking real-time intel? He just sucked Chris off. Why am I asking Twitch chat for information on what's happening? Oh my god. What kind of sick madman puts a speech as a GIF? There's no audio on it. What is wrong with you? He's talking about having people disrespecting him and protecting people. I don't know about all that, but I will say after all this, if there's someone here that I think could protect someone, it's Chris Rock. That man is like an actual human riot shield with the way he took that slap. I'm so happy this happened during stream. I got to be on the cutting edge of it as it was unfolding. We watched this tweet go from 5,000 likes to 177,000. So, we were here. We dug our feet in. Do you think Amy Schumer will make a joke about Will slapping her vagina? Is Amy Schumer at the Oscars? What's she nominated for? I also love the people that tagged me after the slap went live immediately on Twitter saying a new slap champion has entered the arena. Yeah, it's crazy the public perception of Will Smith over the years, man. I remember growing up, he was one of the most beloved actors of all time. And then over the last maybe like 6 or 7 years, I'd say, it's gone real south. You know what it was? I can pinpoint the exact moment. YouTube Rewind. The second he did YouTube Rewind, shit went tits up. He did YouTube Rewind the year after his wife is talking about how she cheated on him right to his face, and then it's like it just keeps getting weirder and weirder for him. The Oscars is going fucking wild tonight. For Best Picture, they might just actually have a fucking SWAT unit repel in or something. I think this is a really unique opportunity for the Oscars. I remember before the Oscars were going up tonight, like before they started, everyone was like, yeah, no one gives a fuck about the Oscars anymore. It's such a worthless, egotistical waste. It's dead. Oscars ratings have been tanking for years. And now look at it. They can really pivot and maybe turn Oscars into like a combat thing. Like you fight for the award physically. So that way the fittest one, like the most like war-hardened veteran will win the award. That would actually get people to watch again. Yeah, apparently there was a nip slip too, but I don't give a shit about that. I've seen billions of nipples thanks to the internet. I don't give a fuck there. But you can't find high-quality slaps like that often. Where's his speech at? So he just keeps talking about protecting. I mean, I will say, if Chris fought back, I wonder who would have won. Because Chris ate that. Like, let's play out a scenario. Let's play out like a real Detroit urban survival training fitness course scenario. Chris Rock has jumped into Will's house. He's a burglar. And Will Smith has just tried to defend his wife with the slap. Chris ate that. Now what? Like, I don't know if it would have really, like, protected him, right? Because Chris was looking like a fucking tank. But maybe he just doesn't. Maybe he put all his points into defense and he doesn't have, like, good striking capabilities. This is a really sweet speech. It would have had a lot of impact if he didn't just slap a man before it. Could you take a punch from Will Smith? Man, fuck no. I couldn't take a punch from anyone over the age of 12. That's why I wouldn't get into like a YouTuber boxing fight. I would get absolutely blasted. The only people I'd fight is like children's toy review channels if I had to. This isn't about me. He didn't apologize to Chris. He apologized to his fellow nominees. Nice. I want to give a real sincere apology. I did something real silly a minute ago. And it's to all my nominees. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Chris. He said, I hope the Academy takes me back. Man, fuck the Academy. They run like the Sith Order. Like, man, they're weird. If the Academy doesn't bring Will Smith back just for the sake of perhaps another slap, then they've truly lost their mind. Because now I know I'll probably watch the next Oscars, even though I had no interest in this one, just because maybe Will Smith slaps somebody else. Maybe he just goes across the entire stadium just fucking slapping everyone. Like, now anything's on the table. It's unpredictable. Maybe he'll keep this energy up past the Oscars too. Like, maybe now that he's got a taste of blood, he'll be ready for a fight at the drop of a hat at any awards show. Like the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award. Like, you better fucking watch your ass if Will Smith is nominated, because shit might just pop off. Man, I'm so tired of all the people saying it's staged. You have to be really young or really dumb to think that. This is absolutely one of those very rare, real moments. that happens on TV. I have analyzed thousands of slap matches. Literally thousands. That slap fully connected. It wasn't telegraphed. If it was scripted, he would have absolutely had some kind of tell, like moving his shoulder or something. He literally hit it till the last second and blasted Chris, who didn't flinch or anything. He never saw it coming. And in the actual picture, you can see where his fingers hit his face. It left an imprint. And then the way that he gets this angry afterwards, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth, that's real rage. His eyes are glossed over. Like, he is genuinely mad. Dude, they're actors, so maybe. Exactly, they're actors, not fighters. Chris wouldn't sign up to get actually, attacked. Bro, half of these actors won't even do, like, the simplest stunts of, like, jumping off a curb into a superhero pose or something. You think they're gonna take a slap to the face? No chance. Alright, I'm back. Will Smith pile up any more bodies? I have to talk about these text messages. I can't help it. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I'm only human. These are extraordinary in, like, the creepiest way imaginable. I usually don't like to do the same type of content back to back, and yesterday I covered some text messages as well, but I can't resist the urge. It calls out to me, the void beckons, and I have to speak on these. So, the context. A lady had an old co-worker whom had been fundamentally stalking her for quite some time. Her and her husband had dealt with this individual for a while, and decided to share some of the unhinged messages that they had been sent by him. There was a lot more that happened besides these text messages, but that's what was shared and what I want to go over. Buckle your seatbelt here, because this is about to be a pretty intense ride. This is a good read from cover to cover, if you like lunacy. Hey, I hope your weekend has started nicely. I apologize it took me a few days to feel like I could say this. No need to apologize, goober. I get it. Had to muster up the courage here. Hype yourself up in the mirror so that you could really let the demon out. You need to break up with blank, and then agree to be my girlfriend, with intentions to be my wife. And let me explain why. So he's basically acting like a car salesman here, trying to drive the hard bargain. It's like an episode of Shark Tank. I'm seeking a wife for 10% equity in my cock. I have no doubt he also had a PowerPoint presentation prepared for this, but unfortunately maybe it didn't attach, so it didn't send. I can provide more for you than he can. The independent woman facade you engage in wouldn't be necessary with me. I make more than enough money in my job in order to take care of you and provide you with a lakefront house, which I know is a desire of yours. I can provide you the free time that you often post about and yearn for to engage in your favorite hobby, ceramics. All I ask for you is your devotion in return. I know I am perhaps not physically desirable to you, which is why I plan to compensate with the lifestyle you often talk about wanting to provide yourself. You can really feel the fedora through these messages. It smells of such potent desperation. It's also very interesting that he calls attention to not being physically desirable to her. It's an interesting negotiation tactic. Excuse me, madam. I know you may not be physically attracted to me, but here's how I can make up for my face looking like turbo ass. I know if you could be given an opportunity, you would take it because you mostly desire to be able to experience freedom in life. It is something painful for me knowing you could have everything you wanted if you would simply agree to be my wife in the future. I could also pay off your student loans and car loan, which I know you've expressed desire to have those completed in the next 6 years. I could do that today, with a simple call to your loan companies. All I need from you is to immediately move to my property and begin your new life with me. Jesus Christ, that is concerning. I can pay off all of this. Just come join my cult. And I promise I am not a rapist or a creep. Nothing screams good guy quite like needing to clarify that you are neither a rapist nor a creep. I mean, would he lie to you, right? I mean, that's what a normal person says, like, by the way, miss, I am neither rapist nor creep, so you should feel safe around me. Now come live on my property immediately. I am not going to imprison you, or shackle you, or enslave you to a basement. Well, alright, breath of fresh air. I was a little concerned about that, but now, luckily, he explained it. Now there's no reason to feel alarmed anymore about that being a possibility. You are free to continue your friendships with your womanly friends and your relationships with your family. I would never take this from you. I would never force you into sexual situations you do not want to be in. I know it must sound so strange hearing this, but I feel I must make it clear to you that this is a dream opportunity that will not harm you in any capacity other than dropping your current life, boyfriend, and job, and immediately begin pursuing your hobbies while we plan our wedding. I've got a sneaking suspicion that this guy would absolutely shackle her and imprison her in the basement. But I imagine she wouldn't be alone down there. There's probably quite a few other victims that he has in that basement. This is a fucking unhinged creep. Now, it's important to mention that this isn't just some random person sending a bunch of nonsense. This is a very credible threat to the safety of this woman. So, according to the husband, they had been dealing with this individual for quite some time, and they even went to court over it. There's a lot that this individual has done, aside from just these creepy messages, and it had been a huge problem for them for a while. This is a really dangerous person to be around. I hope you're not overwhelmed. I know we have not spoken very much in the last 6 years we've known each other. I've always known you were supposed to be mine as soon as I met you on March 3rd, 2018. He's got that shit marked in his calendar as the most important day of his life. I've never once inserted myself into your life. I haven't pestered you for your phone number, and we have an occasional chat on Facebook now that we're not in the same office anymore. I've been satisfied with this level of acquaintanceships for years, and I understand that you have been with blank since 2012. I understand you were committed to him prior to us meeting, but blank, you must agree that we have something special. We share so many interests, and we were always able to have great natural conservation. When we would attend lunch together during the workday, it was an effortless and relaxing experience to share those 40 minutes with you once or twice a week. And don't think I forgot how often you paid for yourself, a trait I knew was you trying to assert your independence in front of me. Oh, the delusion. Oh, the delusion is sickening. That's an example of something I've talked about quite a bit on stream, where no matter what, there are people that will view things in an entirely different lens that make no sense. Something as simple as her buying lunch for herself was interpreted, misconstrued by this fucking menace as her trying to assert her independence in front of him. So it's just like this honestly scary situation where something totally innocent, like just buying yourself lunch, has now completely been lost in the sauce of this dude's noodle, where he thinks it was all about him. It's so weird. I knew then you were trying to show me that you'd love for someone to take care of you. I'm ready to settle into a family-oriented life, and I recall you saying you would have children if you had the financial capital to do so. I know you desire to be a mother, despite your current male partner not wanting them. You would make a wonderful mother to our children. I would ensure you had everything you needed to live the family life of your dream. Wow, I just had a voice crack. That was a big voice crack, too. This man's serial killer stalker Riz just attacked my vocal folds. And I know you love to travel. Before we settle down with children, I want to take you to your dream destination list. I've kept track of all the places you've mentioned over the last few years that you'd like to visit. You always share such a beautiful landscape photos. He's like the Zodiac killer here. I bet if this wasn't over Facebook Messenger or whatever, it would have been sent via postage, letters in the mail, using cutouts from magazines for the letters. I want to take you to Japan, to Thailand, to New Zealand, to Greece. Yaw! It's like that classic one. Oregon. Yaw! Fucking the Dean scream. And after that, we'll go to the opal mines in Australia for your dream ring, and then I'll take you to all the waterfalls the islands have to offer. How does this sound? My proposition is serious. You know I am a serious man. I'm turning 45 years old this year, and you are turning 32 years old. It's time to start making decisions about our familial life and how to enjoy our remaining years. Please know I have never offered any woman this proposition. I have a very secure career that I enjoy and will do whatever it takes to maintain in order to have your companionship, sexual prowess, and motherly raising of our children. I will give you everything you desire, as long as you agree to be my wife and raise our children. A very strong negotiation overall. I wonder how she'll respond to this in the Shark Tank. Hey, blank. I wanted to acknowledge that I received your message. It's really long though, so give me a minute to read and respond. That feels more like she's very afraid and is doing this out of pure obligation, like buying time, to figure out how to handle this without setting this guy off on like some kind of rampage, like this violent outburst, which is smart on her part for sure, to like very gently navigate this, because it's a scary situation having a stalker like this. Good morning. I am still awaiting your acceptance of my proposal. I look forward to hearing from you. Oh god, he's dropping the hammer now. It's all business, and he's not taking no for an answer. Good morning, goofball. I'm going to be perfectly honest, I don't know how to respond to this. I don't mean this negatively, but I honestly don't know whether or not to take this seriously. What I mean by that is, I don't know if this is a joke or not. You said this is quite out of left field, so I'm not exactly sure how to respond to you. This proposition is very serious. I have to make serious considerations about my familial life as I'm ready to establish this. I know I can offer you much more than your boyfriend can. It has been 10 years, and he still has not provided you with those things you desire most. I am a better provider than he is, and I will ensure your needs are met. Please, I would appreciate you taking this seriously and giving me a date and time I can come collect your items and move you into my house. It's in northern blank. This guy is already convinced that it's a yes, and now he's just trying to figure out when he should schedule the college hunks hauling junks to come collect all of her shit to move in with him. So now she fully responds to this. Surely you have to understand I can't agree to something like this. My life is my life because I've built it this way. I am not a damsel waiting to be rescued. While yes, I would enjoy an easier path to achieving the lifestyle I want, I don't mind working for it, and frankly, I'm insulted that you perceive my career to be a choice I'm settled to because I have not found the right man. Most importantly, it's another level of egotistical to assume I would dump an 11-year relationship in an instant for a fantasy pipe dream of yours. I mean this seriously. I'm not interested in your proposition. Trading my life for materialistic items and to be breed mare is not something I ever intended to do with my time. I don't know you. You don't know me. You have a limited glimpse into my life through my social media posts. What you see online represents a fraction of who I am as a person. We were co-workers and nothing more. I made this very clear to you in the years we worked together. I was in my relationship prior to even working with you. Yes, you're right, you never crossed that boundary, but instead you spent the last 6 years building a fantasy and dream life in your mind in which you think I would trade my value as a human being for a lake house and free time for pottery. I'm not sure how you became convinced this would be enough to make me leave the life I have built, but I need to assure you it's not. Please do not ask me this again. I am not interested, nor will I ever be interested in being your wife and child bearer. So she lets it all hang out here. She pulls no punches. She sets the record straight and says it right to his face. Well, as close to his face as anyone will ever come through text messages here. Breedmare. Now, there's no need to insult me. I am not propositioning you to live in solitude and to raise children alone. I want a family. I want you to be my wife, specifically, and I want to build a family with you. I thought you were intelligent enough to understand how great of an offer this is. Buddy, she is intelligent enough to recognize that her life would be in danger saying yes to you, you absolute maniac. You fucking weirdo. She is extremely smart to say no to this, as pretty much everyone on the planet with any level of survival instincts would. You're weird, you're dangerous, you're creepy, you're a stalker. Everyone's going to be saying no to you. I know you're primarily saying no because you don't find me physically attractive. If I looked better than your boyfriend, I have no doubts you would emphatically tell me yes. I didn't know you were so shallow. Oh, now he's going full nice guy mask off mode, even though he wasn't really putting up a nice guy persona in the first place. You would learn to be physically attracted to me just as I learned to be physically attracted to you after you gained 60 pounds. You look much better when you are staying in the 150 to 200 pound range, yet I never said a word to you about the fact that you gained so much weight because I realized you were perfect otherwise. I realized your looks didn't matter when your soul is what I wanted to spend time with. He probably wants to suck her soul out of her body like Shang Tsung. Like, this is a threat to her life, and she is absolutely making the right call, trying her best to get away from this guy and shut it down as hard as possible. It is simply a trade for a house and free time. Oh, the barter method, of course. I am offering you the very thing you constantly talked about and post about, the freedom to enjoy your existence without stress and anxiety. There would be more stress and anxiety with you because you are actually dangerous. It'd be a constant, guessing game of whether or not she's going to survive through the night under your roof. This guy is fucking scary. And he makes it seem like so simple. Simply in return, we are married and have a family together. Yeah, I mean, that's small potatoes. That's nothing. That's no big deal. It's a great trade. You get a house and you get the weirdest man in the world. A win-win. You would learn to love it because our home together would be so peaceful and joyful. However, perhaps you're right, and you are not the woman I thought you were. You're attracted to a low-life loser who filed bankruptcy at 25, hid his credit card debt from you. You pay his bills while he job hops because he doesn't know how to stay at a job for longer than a year. You cried constantly at work and had panic attacks not knowing where the money was going to come from. And what did you do? You worked a second and third job to make ends meet while he piddled away at putting in applications and not manning up to do what he needed to do. Why are you choosing this weak boy over me? I am mature, career-oriented, family-oriented, and I am a devoted partner. I would never force you into a position to make up for my shortcomings like your boyfriend does. I am better than him in every way, and yet you still choose him. It is baffling to me why young women like yourself want to be with the losers and drug dealers who will end up beating you silly. Keep in mind, this is coming from the same worm, the same specimen, who had to assure her he's not a rapist and wouldn't imprison her and shackle her. I think this guy is the one that most likely would beat a woman silly, because he has all of the red flags you could possibly fucking imagine about a man. I'm going to fast forward through the second paragraph, Meltdown here, which is just a teary-eyed tantrum with him shaking his fist saying, I thought you were different. You must stay with him for his penis size, because I can't even begin to understand how someone as intelligent as you are would turn down my offer. A luxury life free of stress turned down for a life of second guessing and financial strain? Why? What good reason do you have to turn down my offer? He immediately goes to wiener size. Just another huge insecurity here. So I'm guessing not only is he physically appalling, but he also has a tiny cock. She says, I'm not even going to entertain that message with a response. I don't owe you any explanation about why I'm still with my boyfriend even after all his shortcomings. I don't owe you an explanation on anything, ever. I've been wondering all evening what it could possibly be about me that you're so repulsed by that you won't accept the offer of a lifetime. Yeah, it's such a mystery. What about this perfect gentleman here and scholar would she find repulsive? I'm racking my brain and I got nothing. I have no idea. What could she possibly not like about him? He's such a doll. My friends are also appalled. Why aren't you accepting this? Yeah, I'm sure he has so many friends. He contacts all his friends. He's like, guys, she won't just give up her life and move in with me. What's wrong with this bitch, huh? What's going on? Is she crazy? She's crazy, right? It's not me. I'm not the problem, right? I didn't think so. It's definitely her. It's everything you have ever wanted, and you're turning it down still? Why? You owe me an explanation after I spent years ensuring I had enough to offer you. That's really scary. If this guy's whole motivation for, like, working hard, grinding, and, you know, getting money is just to try and act on this fantasy delusion with a stranger, that's unhinged. Well, all of this is unhinged, but that one's even wilder because, again, they're not close to each other. They're still pretty much strangers. I'm starting to get very upset by your actions. You have one more chance. Anything less than an emphatic yes will not be accepted. So he tries to, like, bring it down, an ultimatum. Last chance. This is the last ball game pitch here. It's got to be a home run yes, or I'm out. I'm sure this will come as a huge surprise to all of you watching this, but she still said no. In the most polite way possible, fuck off. I don't owe you shit. I'll be blocking you now. Have a great rest of your life. I waited all day to see if your little conniption would resolve and you'd come back begging me for this opportunity. But I see you've decided to block me on Facebook, but too stupid to also block me on Messenger. At least for now. He's now fully in his villain arc. He put on a trench coat, sunglasses, and he's doing this while typing. I see you've blocked me on Facebook, but not Messenger. For now. I cannot believe I allowed myself to become entangled in the idea that a beastly fat woman such as yourself would actually choose to settle down with me. I can do so much better than you, and yet here I was offering you a way out of your wretched life. We both know you're settling with blank because you're too lazy to lose weight and make yourself more attractive, and you've trained him to be okay with your fat. I was willing to let your fatness go to the side because I knew if you had free time, you'd lose the weight and retain a more attractive figure for our relationship. I'm embarrassed I've spent so much time preparing for this moment and was wasted on a fat whore who doesn't know when she has struck gold. I truly thought you were different, that you actually wanted a nice man to be with. I see I was dead wrong. And she says, you can literally suck the juices out of my fat blank and choke on them, you absolute troglodyte. So at least there's a happy ending here. It ended on a positive note for both parties involved. So this guy did end up doing the quintessential nice guy sign-off, that standard song and dance of, you know what, I'm better than you. I should have never wasted my time with you because you're fat, and you're a whore, and you're chunky, you're chubby, and I hate you. You're tacky, and I hate you. You're fat, and I'm a nice guy, the nicest guy you'll ever meet. You blew it. You blew it. It's on you, and you should feel bad. I'm not crying, you're crying. That's where the text message journey comes to a conclusion. Like I said, there was a lot more outside of text that he did, but I only wanted to focus on the texts. Hopefully they don't have to deal with this individual anymore going forward, and yeah, that's about it. See ya.